Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Eat, Sleep, Suplex, Retweet.
Hello everyone, we're back. It's draft day. You saw us yesterday, but we now have the full ensemble. And just like Aaron Ramsey joining Rangers, anything can happen on draft day. We are here, all of us here. Goat, you've returned. Welcome to the draft. You weren't here last night, but you knew what the Goat Tones were getting up to anyway. You've won a tag season. You must be excited again.
Just like Cobra Kai, the Goat Tones have returned better than ever. Strike hard, strike fast, show no mercy. That's exactly what the Goat Tones are going to do. Sensei Goat and Sensei Ryan, we're going to get this done.
Scott, back again, once again, tag season. We know what it's all about, the usual 3-2 split. We pick our tag teams first. We're raring to go. We're excited. How are you feeling?
I think this is probably the most exciting season we do out of the four, we do each year because, you have to, every other season you're out for yourself, but now you've got to rely on someone else, i.e. you got someone to blame if you do shit.
And Dave, as that tag season, we know the teams. I will quickly run down the list shortly, but do you have any picks of some any surprises that we'll see in teams along the way?
You know what? It's hard to say really because, draft days always anything can happen. Somebody might just pull a rabbit out of a hat and that could be the deciding factor of a season. But, tag season's always, a time to just mix together and get a melding of the minds going.
Going from what Steve was saying there, I'm really worried that midway through this stream we're gonna get pulled off of YouTube for inappropriate content because of this robe here. Like, you're showing way too much skin, Campbell.
I'm showing too much skin because I'm the godfather of this draft. I am the man who made this what it is. Me and Ryan, the greatest team of all time, and no one can compete. Not New Guy, not Chris Anthony Lopez, not anyone. No one can compete.
Well, the teams as we have them, Callum and JP. Also, JP was second Listeners League, but he filled this space so quickly, so we do thank him for that. But team one, we will see how that goes. We do have David Campbell and Ryan Gallagher, the Goat Tones, drafting second. Dave and Gary will be third. Scott and Chris fourth. Billy and Stacey fifth. Myself and Daniel sixth. Jim, our most recent Listeners League winner, so well done to him. And Stephen will be seventh. Andy, Mitchell and Ross eighth. Tom McManus and Alan McLucas, last season's main pod winner, will be drafting from last as tag teams first. You've got to have a 3-2 split, gender split. Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Rampage, NXT are where your wrestlers can get points. The FTW Championship doesn't count, and any other kind of non-affiliated AEW title doesn't get count for points in this draft. And on that note, we do best. Dave and Scott are my analysis, and we do have David Campbell to bring in the draft picks. And it is time for Callum and JP to give us their tag team. So David Campbell, take it away.
Well, one thing that Callum has actually done right since he joined this podcast is give me his tag team in advance. They have decided they're just going away from the draft. They don't care about it because they went and bought a full bag of Mary Jane. They're going for RK Bro. That's the first pick in the tag round.
Oh,
now this Dave, this one seems a bit surprising. I think with some recent rumors, but I guess there is a guarantee that they will always kind of be on screen together. So appearance points here, maybe eliminating some single competitors.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was talk of Matt Riddle actually winning the Royal Rumble at some point. So maybe they could be going their separate directions at some point. So maybe this could be a tactical play this season. But the last two seasons, RK Bro have operated well as a tag team.
I do think, though, with RK Bro kind of going out of the way, I can internally hear David Campbell and Ryan Gallagher laughing inside. So
we know who we wanted. My name is Ross McLeod. And Renee Young, she'll do fine after WWE. WWE will move on without her. And I make a challenge to everyone to pick real tag teams. Well, I say, fuck you, Ross. We take Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman.
Yeah, excellent. Scott, we do see Reigns and Heyman are a staple in this draft. We saw what happened at the Royal Rumble. We did speculate before the Rumble when he was kind of paired with Lesnar again. Will Reigns go with a singles pick? And it turns out he won't be going as a singles pick. He is a tag team once again.
Yeah, no, we thought like when he rejoined Lesnar a few weeks ago, we thought, okay, then first time Reigns has been a single, but that'll be interesting. And then another swerve, a Russo very-esque swerve that he's back with Reigns, he's back with Paul Heyman. And you know what? You're like, yeah, you won't get like championship points for Roman title defenses, but I don't think there'll be that many before WrestleMania. And again, much like RK Bro, you can guarantee they'll be together and be a big part of TV.
Dave Hockney.
Yes.
I won't go to David Campbell for the tag team pick for you. It's your on screen, so you can announce it for yourself.
Surely it's the Lucha Bros.
All the time.
Surely it's the Lucha Bros. It's got to be. There can't be anyone but the Lucha Bros.
So
Surely.
no. Dave, who's your tag team?
Not this time. No, because me and Gary, we the ones. We're taking the Usos.
Oh.
No surprise here, Campbell, that I think that the Usos have gone quick. A potential Viking Raiders title defense coming up soon. Will they still hold the titles? Will they hold it into Mania? I guess with a lot of tag teams right now, there is a lot of uncertainty. There isn't one really standout you think it can do well.
It's tough, and I think with the Usos, we've had them the last 2 seasons. In the early stages, they do struggle to get going, but they balance out in the end and they get up there. My one concern for Dave would be, will the Usos lose the tag titles to the New Day, to the Viking Raiders? I can see it on the horizon, so we'll see what happens.
More possible tag partners in an episode of Swingers. Scott, do you watch any Swingers, or have you got a tag team together here?
No to the first part about the Slingers, thank you very much. Usos were our second choice. Our first choice is still available. I'm just confirming with Mr. Lopez if we are going to go with that. Wouldn't want to go ahead of my tag team partner. Oh, yeah, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Ross McLeod, the team that Ross showed can be very successful in previous seasons, we will take the AEW Tag Team Champions, Jurassic Express.
We all know how well Jurassic Express can do, Dave. Could be a very good pick. Just winning the AEW tag titles recently. Get the cheeky wee champion bonus in there. That's not bad.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jurassic Express were actually me and Gary's second choice in case we didn't get it. So, I mean, they've got Rampage, they've got AEW Revolution coming up, and I think they could have a very lengthy tag title reign. It's certainly one that will go up to the end of WrestleMania season. I think that's a very good pick from Scott and Chris.
Now, the team that I could actually do really want to win this season is up next. Billy and Stacey. I want to hear what their tag team is. Campbell, take it away.
The almighty Bobby Lashley and MVP from Billy and Stacey.
Very good.
There was we do know Scott Bobby Lashley is our current WWE champion. MVPs there. He is going to be defending the belt Elimination Chamber, but you won't get those title points in that pairing. But much the same as Heyman and Reigns, we do know appearance points can come aplenty with that pairing.
Yeah, but also there's no guarantee that Lashley will walk out with WrestleMania at the end of the season. So if he loses the WWE Championship at the end of the season or somewhere shockingly in the middle of the season, you also don't lose any championship points, which is quite solid. I'm surprised David and Gary didn't go with MVP and Lashley because we know Gary's the one who started this whole manager-wrestler combo by taking Lashley MVP all those seasons ago.
And I do believe it's time for myself and Daniel to give our tag pick. And we're quite happy here that our tag pick hasn't kind of gone away yet, I guess. Where we were drafting 6th out of 9th, and we had to kind of go a bit weird. But as we are one from the same, and these two people are one for the same, and they are for the Academy. We are taking the Alpha Academy as our tag team pick.
Alpha
Very
Academy.
Nice.
What, Dave? What do you think of Alpha Academy? Do you think they hold the belts for all of this season, or are they dropping them back to RK Bro?
Difficult to say, really. Like Alpha Academy's a newcomer team to the draft. I mean, so it's hard to gauge, where they're going to stand in the tag team standings. But as tag team champions, I imagine they may get maybe 1 or 2 successful title defenses under their wing. Will they make it to WrestleMania as tag champions? Remains to be seen. But I guess all we can do is
all we can see is what Dave has to say in the future, But Jack, I actually have the selection for Stevie and his partner, Big Jim. Do you want to hear
Let's hear it. I really hope it is Jim that's kind of led this year because I like Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen's traditionally been shit at the draft, so
don't I know it? Don't I know?
Yeah, the selection from their team is the Creed brothers.
This feels quite surprising here, Scott. Same as the Alpha Academy, we have an unknown entity, but we do have that Dusty Cup, and I guess they could be our front runner to win that Dusty Cup, and that will be won at fuck off, Ryan. At Takeover. So we'll see what happens there.
I should say about Alpha Academy, I'm quite interested to see how that goes with you guys, because obviously before a couple of weeks ago they would have been nowhere near the conversation for a tag pick before that shocking win. But the Creed brothers, I'm a bit more uncertain of, because there's talk, big lads that people behind the scenes are very high on them, but there's another team I think they'll run into if they make it to the finals of the Dusty Cup, who me and Chris also thought about, and I think I would have gone with that other NXT team before the Creed brothers.
Well, we've got 2 picks left. As newcomer Andy Mitchell and former draft winner Ross McLeod in a tag team. David Campbell, what is their tag team they're picking for this season?
They don't think the Creed brothers. I can't do the accent. They don't think the Creed brothers will win that tournament. They think it's the grizzled young veterans who win the tournament. That's who they pick.
Very interesting. I believe, Dave, a lot of people will take their shoes off in hate of Andy Mitchell and Ross McLeod. Are you on that boat?
Yes, I am. Except I've got my slippers, so I'm just rolling.
Not even wearing any shoes.
But GYV, they've obviously got the Dusty Cup in mind, and I think GYV, they're actually facing the Creed brothers in the semi-finals, so I think they're taking a bit of a gamble here on the tag team. They've been a bit sort of low profiled on the latest reformatting of NXT. I have to say it's a little bit of a risky choice, but I hope it pays off for them.
And we do have the last tag team to be picked, Tom McManus and Alan McLucas. What's the final tag team in this draft?
We don't know yet. Alan's a traditionally slow drafter. So I've mailed him. We'll see what he does. But it's been
we do have a lot of tag teams that have been picked already. RK Bro, Heyman and Reigns, Usos, Jurassic Express, Lashley and MVP, Alpha Academy, Creed Brothers, Grizzled Young Veterans. It's a certainly more varied tag team spread than what we've seen in previous seasons. I think maybe kind of going away from the traditional kind of sense of what we've taken from tag teams.
Andy's carrying the sexiness there with that turtleneck.
Well, I can confirm I do have another team name. Actually, Callum Bennett and JP will be known as the Sexy Express. The Sexy Express is their team name. So make of that what you will. There's only one man bearing his chest on this stream. So, we'll see who's sexy. But Alan has the 3 dots going, and...
Can we get the tag team before the next episode of Saturday Draft Live? Jesus.
We'll get the tag team by WrestleMania 38 when the Iron Sheik shows up. But they have decided, Alan and Big Boss Tam have decided to go for Imperium.
And there we go. We see Imperium's been picked there. The current NXT Tag Team Champions, as Michael says. The women's NXT Tag Team Champions, a Toxic Attraction, hasn't been picked there. Scott, what's your thoughts? Maybe they picked the wrong NXT Tag Champs?
The other NXT team we were thinking of, me and Chris, were MSK, the team that me and Stephen had last tag team season. I think they're in with the hell of a shot going back to back for the first time with the Dusty Classic. And also, again, no women's picks, which is very interesting. But Imperium, I don't think will wrestle a lot. And then there's a strong chance that, it's very rare that when the winners of the Dusty Classic face the tag team champions, the tag champs do traditionally lose. So I don't know if that bodes well for those guys.
I'm absolutely loving the interaction we're getting here already. So keep the comments coming in, keep chatting, keep reacting to what we're giving you. Let's get all these reactions going.
Who's your daddy, Michael Cloughy? Who's your daddy?
Can we just go back to the tag teams? Are me and Chris the only one to pick an AEW team? Because I think we are.
Yes, you are. Everyone else is picked WWE with either kind of champs, manager pairings, or in the Dusty Cup. So there you go.
You're going to feel silly when Jurassic Express defend the titles about 20 times between now and WrestleMania. You're all going to feel silly.
We'll see how that goes, but we'll leave the tag teams to one side now. That's what we're done with. We're making our singles picks. So as the 3-2 split, and the snake draft is now in effect. So Cal and JP are first to draft the first round, but they will be last to draft the second round. Alan and Tom will be last to draft the first round, and they'll be first to draft the second round. And we're getting in. David Campbell seems pissed. I assume their first round pick is gone. So tell me, who is the pick for Callum and JP?
It's fine. The Goat Toads always have a plan B. Callum and JP have went with our plan A. They take the man, Becky Lynch.
A very good choice here, I think, Dave. Becky Lynch. An absolute certainty for round one, I think.
Yeah, that one's a no-brainer. It was, it's going to be, the man who's currently on the lengthy Raw Women's title reign. I think there's been rumors that, she's going to hold it all the way to WrestleMania. Whether or not a certain Royal Rumble winner is going to challenge for it remains to be seen. But yeah, I think she was a second highest scorer last season. And I think there's no reason to wonder why she can't do it again.
I think you need to stop giving hints away who could be next coming up drafted later on, Dave. But I will go to you, David Campbell. Your first round pick, please. Who have you got?
Ryan Gallagher to some is just a man. To me, he is royalty, a king. We take the Queen, Charlotte Flair.
Oh God!
And here we go. Here was me thinking when you said King, you were going to take King Xavier. Alas,
that would have been a left field choice. That would have been left field.
Charlotte Flair is off the table. No surprise yet again.
Yeah, the two women's champions are going to be. She's probably going to main event night one of WrestleMania with the looks of things, and Becky as well is. Since she's came back, she's rocketed up to a number one pick. So again, no surprises so far.
No surprise at all. Dave, you and Gary, who's your first round pick?
Well, we're a bit gutted because we were either going to choose Becky or Charlotte, but obviously these guys are way ahead of us here. So we'll do the next best thing, and we'll go with one of the top scorers of the entire draft season. We're going with Scotland's own Drew McIntyre.
I don't know why.
You can have
I do not know why I thought you were about to say Doudrop there. Scotland's own Doudrop. I was like, oh God. There you go. But yes, Drew McIntyre is back in the draft. He was injured. He returned to the Royal Rumble last night. Apparently, it's not fully cleared yet, but he is going to be in WWE programming going forward, David Campbell. So, and a certainty that we do get Drew McIntyre in round one.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think there's a clear path for Drew going into Mania is my only thing. But if he goes back into the undercard, will he pick up more wins is the thing. You know what I mean? We could be looking at Drew getting back to his old ways, carrying a team. It remains to be seen what happens, and it's upset Steven, so it makes me happy.
Steven's not having a good night so far. It's the second time he's had that kind of message. And
Scott, you're up next. You and Chris's first round pick.
We had an option after Roman and Lashley went away in the tag round, and that option's still available. We have the person who we think is going to not only face Becky at WrestleMania, who we think is going to beat Becky at WrestleMania. Me and Chris, we're on our own against the world. We've never needed any of you at all. We're taking the EST Bianca Belair.
A very good pick there. A very, very good prick.
You are a bit of
a prick, to be honest. I wanted Bianca Belair.
Don't say that to my face. Say it to my face.
I'll come up, don't worry. I'll come up. Dave, the EST of WWE and this draft is off the table here.
No, yeah, Bianca Belair, she's been a very strong performer in previous seasons. I believe she was 4th or 5th overall. Let me just double check. She was 5th overall, yep. So again, a good solid Rumble performance, and there's no reason to say why she can't go back into a title match come WrestleMania season.
And we do have Billy and Stacey next.
Well, Daniel, screw you.
I need to check if it's a joke.
Nothing's a joke when it comes to the best tag team in this.
Okay, Billy Strachan and Stacey Smith. Nikki Bella.
What?
Very Joseph and the wee donkey. Like, what the hell are they doing?
Well, Scott, we are breaking records this draft. I feel that we are going to have our first ever first round pick that will have 0 points.
Is that allowed? Can we do it? I know she's at the Rumble, but for fuck's sake, Ross wasn't allowed Sarah Schreiber as a non-wrestling pick, and these picks are allowed this.
I guess technically she wasn't a match at the weekend.
Where's the line drawn?
I guess they were in a match. She was in a match the weekend. I guess there could be a chance she could appear at some point. I don't know. I guess we can maybe get confirmation from Stephen at some point.
We love you, but come on.
She's the pick to the picked. You know what I mean? They've picked them. She's a wrestler. Yep. She wrestled at the weekend. You know what I mean? They've picked Nikki Bella.
There you go. Stephen echoing the words of what we said there, it is allowed. And a pick that is most definitely allowed for myself and Daniel is last season's top scorer, none other than Seth frickin' Rollins, baby.
Such a risk. Do we think, Scott, is he going to be off TV for a few weeks?
I don't think off TV. I do think our rematch with Roman is on the cards, potentially. But then again, he's still going to be on Raw in a prominent spot. His thing with Kevin Owens, Kevin Owens technically isn't over yet. He's proven he can be a high commodity even in his worst seasons. So, his path to WrestleMania is just wide open right now.
Absolutely. We can see what happens there. And we will move on to Jim and Steven, their first round tag pick.
Look in my eyes. What do you see? Cult of personality. CM Punk.
It's a good time to take Punk because he'll lose to MJF this week, surely, won't he?
Oh yeah, I mean it's basically written in stone by this point.
It's written in the stars, a million miles away.
A message to the main. Seasons come and go, but Andy and Ross certainly do not change. What is their next draft pick, Campbell?
We're still waiting on Andy and Ross's pick. It'll just be a wee second for you boys, but I still can't get over Stacey and Billy has been bullied into that pick. Shame on you, Stacey Smith. Shame on you. Oh my God, it's amazing. Great. We do have the pick now from Andy Mitchell and Ross McLeod. He got the second name wrong. He sent me an Adam, but he sent me the wrong Adam, so he deleted his message and sent the right one. Hangman Adam Page is who he's picking.
Okay,
there we go. Another AEW pick on the board now, and I think he does have a Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match thing coming up with Lance Archer soon. I get points, I guess.
Yeah, and then you got Revolution as well. So at least 2 instances where Hangman can score you big. So as a first round pick, you can't do worse than the current world champion in AEW.
And we're seeing the snake draft come into effect here, baby. We're going to have the first round pick from Alan and Tom. And then straight after we talked about that, we will have a second round pick. So Sensei go. Fire away.
Just a lot of insisting.
Exactly what Billy would say. Exactly what Billy would say.
That's.
Oh, Gary, don't give him ideas.
No, the OnlyFans is already set up. It's £10 a month, and you get 1 striptease a month.
Yeah, Only Goats is available online. And my new show on all good
all good stripping sites.
All good stripping sites. The Goat Bears All is coming to Shear the Goat. Some call it as well. It's my spin-off. But we are still waiting on Alan, the slowest drafter in history. Yes, go and do so, please. Onlygoats.com. I wish we'd mailed Tam. I know. I wish we'd mailed Tam for the picks.
I set a time limit. If they don't pick within the time limit, we pick for them.
Well, Alan has said that he might have a reputation for being slow, but he doesn't give a damn about his bad reputation because he picks Ronda Rousey.
This is interesting. I feel, Dave, this is maybe in the same kind of vein as what we kind of said with CM Punk when he was first drafted and returned to the thing. We know she's going to wrestle at WrestleMania. How many times will she wrestle before that? I don't know, and she will appear. A risk for round 1, certainly.
Yeah, very risky, and I think me and Gary actually discussed this earlier, is that, she may be a high-profile superstar. She might get week out appearances, but is she going to compete that much? I don't think so. And that could be where the big points might be missed from a first-round pick here.
A horrendous pick we've seen here, but we'll see if it's a horrendous pick.
Who does Michael Coffey think he is? Win the Listeners League and then you can say something. But anyway, Alan and Big Boss Tam, a Big Boss pick in their first round. It's slightly less of a Big Boss pick. This more of a safe bet. They take the TBS champion, Jade Cargill.
Oh, you bastards.
So we have seen here Jade Cargill in recent weeks of Rampage has defended the TBS title in an open challenge. That could maybe happen in the future. Could be good. Could spell wealth here for Alan and Tom.
Yeah, me and Chris both share a displeasure at that because so far we were getting the picks we wanted, and we had our eye on her in the second round, because you know what happened in my team last season. Even in the last few weeks where I was doing very badly, she was that shining light in my team. So I was hoping to recreate that, but I think it's like I said before when it was first announced, it's created a new dynamic for women's picks because now there's more options in AEW with this TBS title.
Well, we do love it. Absolutely love it. Jade Cargill has been a good draft pick for mine in the past, but we'll go to Jim instead. No, Andy and Ross. I'm getting too ahead of myself.
It's Andy. Matt Smith, he's regenerated back into the Listeners League.
Who's Matt Smith?
Really sad to see. Exactly. Get a Bradley to come back. I've requested the OnlyFans refund. Again, you're beneath me. But I just need to tell you all this. Dave, what time is on the clock? Dave's frozen. But it's boss time! It's boss time, baby! For Andy. Andy, thank you, Dave. Andy and Ross pick Sasha Banks.
Right, Dave, what do you think about Sasha Banks being the next pick? And what do you think about sorting your internet out sometime soon?
Well, Sasha Banks, made a bit of a surprise return, the past week on SmackDown, and a pretty lackluster Rumble performance didn't set her off to a great start. But I mean, Andy and Ross, they're being quite bold with these picks. Actually, I mean, I don't know where a program for Sasha could be leading up to Mania, but I think as long as she gets regularly featured and wins matches, I mean, we can't exactly complain.
David Hockney, he says it best when he says nothing at.
The smile on the face, the truth in your eyes. Jim and Stephen's next pick, please.
Jim and Stephen. I've went for the Nightmare, Rhea Ripley.
Oh.
Interesting.
I think that tells you everything you need to know about that pick. I don't like it.
It's one that I maybe wasn't expecting so soon. We have seen the split from Nikki, almost a superhero. She's a feature on Raw. We could maybe see a feature at some point. I think, we could see what's happening.
Yeah, even as a second round, that's still surprising because she really has fallen in terms of the priorities in the women's division, in terms of how high she was being picked as opposed to some seasons ago, like especially with this tag team that's seemingly gone nowhere, and then this feud, which I'm worried is gonna. Yes, that song that I was quoting for Runky in the most romantic way, it tells someone to shut the hell up.
She had a great Rumble show, and all right, cool, that's fine. We move on, and it is myself and Daniel picking again, and we're going to delve into a second round pick here. We're going to delve into AEW. We are going to take the other AEW Women's Championship. We see you now. Dr. Britt Baker comes to the team of Daniel and Jack.
Oh, the Doctor will see you now. Scott, what do you think?
Well, I'm just informing Chris that she's now no longer available. He seemed to be interested in her as well. But now, as opposed to the last tag team season when we ranted and raved about her being chosen, in the second round this high up, now over the last year, what a difference it's made where she's now, she's earned that spot.
You got to absolutely love it. We've got to absolutely love it. And we do have Billy and Stacey next. And I really do hope they take Brie Bella and just have the ensemble completed.
Well, they've not done that.
Daniel.
They have decided that they're going to sing a song. And it goes something like this. Adrenaline in my soul. Something Cody Rhodes.
I love it. Currently without a contract in AEW, but he did kind of say he's AEW for life, so he can appear at any time. Maybe he'll just appear in his backstage capacity on screen in some way, Dave. I don't know, but Cody Rhodes is back in the draft once again.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, if he is under that free agent status, and he appears saying an indie promotion, whether it's Pro or Ring of Honor, etc. They're in the gutter right now, but yeah, he would only get points if he appears in any of the listed shows at the beginning. So again, another quite bold one.
Yes, they're doing it for America.
Scott, you and Chris are up next. I hope, obviously, Britt Baker's now gone, and I hope Cody Rhodes wasn't in your line of sight for a round 2 pick. But...
Oh, God, no. He wasn't even in my top 40, So Jade's gone. Britt's gone. That's fine because I think we've decided to go for a male pick now since we take a female in the first round. And it's somebody who kind of screwed me over a couple of seasons ago, not because he was on my team, but because he was on somebody else's team, but he got a win over someone on my team and kind of screwed me. And he also recently got a big win over Cody, so now I'm hoping to get some of those points my way. Rather than getting the TBS champion, we're now going to take the TNT champion, Sammy Guevara.
Ooh,
I'm gonna swing for you, Scott. Scott, I swear to God, I'm going to swing for you.
I love it.
Get your internet fixed first, please. Then we can talk.
Dave, are you annoyed?
Anyway, so Gary threw that one out and he's fuming now.
Oh, God.
Good.
Oh, if you've upset Gary, that's a different story. If you've upset Gary, I'm not happy about that. Not at all.
Well, Dave, it's
God,
your
I can't believe it.
it's your time to shine your second round here with Gary. You can't take Sammy now, but who will you take? Very true.
Okay.
Baku, very true.
I'll tell you what, we'll choose the next best thing. We are going to go with the NXT champion, Braun Breaker.
Interesting.
This is, I think, could be a good pick here. We've got TakeOver coming up, and he is defending. I imagine he's going to be defending that title against Santos Escobar. You don't really
have
see
a title match. Title match with Escobar, maybe one more Mania.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go on to say. I say Scott, captain's seat to start could catapult Dave and Gary here a wee bit with Braun Baker if they so choose that.
If they choose, he's one of the more prominent newer features on NXT 2.0. And they say all draft picks are created equally, but you look at Dave and his internet provider, and that is not true. Because the internet has like a 66 and 2/3% chance of maintaining for this whole stream.
Well, certainly. We've already kind of seen that 33 and a 3% chance of it not, but we'll see if that happens later on. But it's the Goat Tones time for the round 2 pick.
Right, sec. I'm just going to double check.
Did you forget that you were picking? Was that?
No. I'm just going to double check. I know who I'm picking, and I had a nice wee bit planned.
All right.
Just
okay.
He's got to get into character now.
Right. Okay. I'm going with it. We don't want to pick anyone.
Okay, good.
We don't want to pick anyone in the second round. In other words, we don't want none. The phenomenal AJ Styles, Goat Tones.
Interesting.
It's very good. I respect this pick. He's wanting a match with Edge at Mania. It's a match you probably wouldn't see him losing at Mania. He's going to be in Raw a lot, Dave. I think AJ Styles is a good pick here.
Yeah, I mean, AJ Styles entering the Rumble at number 1, put in most eliminations. I think people wanted to see him win the Rumble, but at least I think they just want him to, at least have a decent program for Mania. Maybe he challenges Bobby Lashley for the title. Remains to be seen, but let's go with it. Shut up, Ryan.
Right. Hey, come on now.
He's not happy. We've got an angry Dave.
But
that ruined my night.
The Sexy Express are going to have to make a stop in the next 2 rounds here. They will be taking the second round and the third round as per the rules to take draft.
Interesting, bold picks. The pick at the end of this second round, Tony Schiavone.
Oh.
I picked very high up, but I will say, Dave, the Listeners League players love picking Tony Schiavone, and it's no surprise that JP, I think he takes Tony Schiavone any opportunity he can for a team. He's maybe convinced Callum here at getting some appearance points with him.
It's a very safe bet, but for appearance points at least, but he's not going to get any match points, and we've seen in the past that can obviously be a difference maker. So I think it's a very, very safe bet, but an unsurprising one nonetheless.
See, to be fair though, right, he was 14th overall last season, and I don't think he had the captaincy on him. You know what I mean? He got 33 points. That's pretty good, but I do have their next pick as well. She was a skater girl. She said, "See you later, girl." It's Cora Jade.
Oh.
Okay.
That's weird. I would have thought you'd have saved her for around 4, maybe 5 at most.
An interesting one here, Scott. I think this thing with Raquel going on. She is skating about in NXT, so she is appearing. It's a surprise to say the least.
Yeah. Again, still quite high, but maybe she'll prove us wrong later on the season. The Women's Dusty Classic is coming up in a couple of weeks. She to find yourself a partner, But, again, so high with the snake draft and everything, and with so many people still on the table, it's a surprise you chose her over so many other options. I'm not going to tell anybody who I think some of the better options were in case you take them.
I know. I think getting him in the third round, Shuri's came down the card, but getting him in the third round is a steal. Big E comes to the Goat Tones.
Mother of God.
His unceremonious exit from the Rumble and plus the rumoured plans for the WWE title is why I think he hasn't been picked so far.
Tag team titles, baby. He's on SmackDown. They're going to give him
something to do. There is that uncertainty, Dave, that did come, but he's proved in the past that he's a good pick, and we're moving to SmackDown. They are
Look at that team.
Look at that faces. Team. Some faces in there to kind of at that mid card, even the tag team scene after this thing with Usos and the Viking Raiders comes to a foot. We don't know, but at Mania, the New Day are always involved in some way. You know what I mean? So I think getting someone there is good for the Goat Tones.
Aye, the New Day is all on SmackDown now, but it's just a shame Big E's fallen so far down the pecking order when he was a round 1 pick the last 2 seasons. But I think his time at the top sort of put on the back burner now, and I think he's been relegated back to the tag team scene for now.
Good. I can't wait for him to get wins against Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo on SmackDown for the next 8 weeks.
When it comes to his stats, the faster he's falling, he's stopping and stalling. He seems to be running in circles again.
And it seems like each time that maybe I lose my mind and we come back to Dave and Gary drafting again.
Yeah, it's one thing to complain, but you guys are driving me insane. But me and Gary, for our first female pick, we are taking Liv Morgan.
You only live once, and she certainly did fucking shite for me last season. So, what's your thoughts on this, Scott? And no clear program, but I guess I live. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What else? What else can you say? It seemed like they were really getting behind her, but it wasn't our time just yet against Becky. She didn't do much for me when I first had her. I really wanted her to win Queen of the Ring. She went at the first round, so. Maybe she's one of those picks that takes a few seasons, we never know.
But it is your time, Scott, to draft.
It is. I suggest I've floated a pick over to Mr. Lopez. He seemed to be on board with it, and he's sent me a wee emoji that indicates he still wants this pick. Me and Chris, it's Chris's first season. Chris wants to prove that when he shoots, he don't miss, as we are taking the NXT North American champion, Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo. The self-proclaimed A champion of that brand, David Hockney, the counterpart to the NXT champion Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, seems to be going in this feud with Cameron Grimes, defending that title there. Don't really see Cameron Grimes taking the belt off him. Carmelo's in a good run of momentum. He's got a lot of good praise backstage. He seems to be the kind of next big thing that they're kind of teeing up here in that new brand. What's your thoughts?
I remember when Ross first drafted him. I think it was a bit of a dark horse pick to say the least. But lo and behold, he's come out swinging in the last few seasons, and yeah, he's on a hell of a run at the minute as NXT North American champion. A couple of big defenses, one against Cameron Grimes, should certainly boost Scott and Chris up the board.
And we do have Billy and Stacey next.
Did you just say Carmelo Hayes was the next big thing? I don't think that's true. Stacey Smith, the first person to ever pick Brock Lesnar, picks him again.
In round 3. We saw how successful I had with Brock Lesnar last season. If I did put the captaincy on him, who knows what could have happened. I do know, but I don't want to say what would have happened if I did take that captaincy. But
you would have won.
I'm not saying it. But, we don't. As always, that risk. Round 3 is pretty high. We don't know how much he's going to wrestle in between the things. He has wrestled a lot recently, but will he take that title off a Roman at WrestleMania?
No.
There you go.
You got an answer to your question. No.
But this is kind of came in.
Simple question needs a simple answer.
This is absolutely came in perfectly for me and Daniel. We're very happy with what's going on here. We do have one half of the power couple, Britt Baker. We are going to take the other half of the power couple, Adam Cole, baby.
Ooh. Need to come to Dave for that one, surely. Dave, what do you think?
I'll tell you what, both Adam Cole and Britt Baker on the same team. You got to love it. That's all I'll say.
Fair.
Because there's nothing more needs to be said.
We do move on to Jim and Stephen, who will be making the third round pick.
Okay, Jim and Stephen sends them in gifts. But Stephen and Jim, obviously, they're fighting for a prize. Here. See what I did there? The prize fighter, Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. Damn.
He's not happy.
That's what we were tossing and throwing with. We went Adam Cole, and I was hoping he'd maybe slip, but Kevin Owens, he seems to be signed that big contract, Scott, and that kind of good run of momentum. I think Kevin Owens is a good shout.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe a challenge for the US title maybe in the future, or something between him and Rollins going into WrestleMania. Like, he's got to be a presence on TV. Like, I want to take advantage of that big contract they signed him to.
Yep, absolutely correct. And we are on next to Andy and Ross, who's our third round pick.
Andy's told me that you think you know Andy, you think you know Ross, but you don't know them at all. The Rated R Superstar Edge goes to Team Andy and Ross.
I love it. Edge is back in the draft, Dave. He's came back in third round. What's your thoughts?
I mean, they've just come out of a program from the Royal Rumble there. Remains to be seen if he's going to appear between now and, the build-up to Mania. No doubt he'll probably be featured in a Mania match. Is he going to compete that much, though? Again, remains to be seen. It's another bold pick from Andy and Ross, I must admit. But I think if appearance points are anything to go by, they should be okay.
Well, there we go.
In a car park, potentially.
Too frequent in that area. But we move on. Tom and Alan are next. They're taking their third round pick, and then they'll be making their fourth round pick.
Tom Allen, one actually letter away from the actor who starred in the Santa Claus movies and Home Improvements.
It's with Alan spelled with an E, not an A, not two A's.
Shut up.
Right, okay.
For first time films.
You know what? When you bring a decent bag to school, you can talk to me like that. But Alan and Tom have decided that their team name is the Champion Big Boss. But they've yet to give me their two picks. Give me.
Tell you what, that name's gonna really stink if they end up in last place.
The Champion Big Boss. I like Alan. I like Tom. I wish them
Champion Big Boss. You'd think surely it should be the Big Boss Champions.
Well. I can only say what's written here on the screen, But we are waiting on Alan. What do you think is the best pick so far?
Nikki Bella.
Apart from Nikki Bella, obviously.
Oh, easily.
But in terms of pound for pound, round for round, what do you think it is?
I don't even know.
We'll all be shit.
I'm gonna go out and say Sammy Guevara. Because as the TNT champion, he defends it on a regular basis, and that's easy points.
And now that Cody hopefully will leave him the feck alone, hopefully he'll hold it for the season.
Wait a minute. Alan's actually angry about what we said about the time he takes the draft, but because he thinks he's better than you, he picks MJF. Him and Tam pick MJF.
Do see they have the unbeaten record of MJF. That may continue. We may see him catapulted into a title opportunity at some point here, Scott. It's a pick that's won in the past in my team. It's MJF drafted once again.
I think me, you, and Totney at one point or another have won with MJF on our team at one point or another. So, he's a common denominator in many winning teams, but he's best known for getting a great number of appearance points rather than having actual matches. So, he'll get you that little bit extra, and over the season it will add up.
Yeah. That's not a nice thing to say because we want to be toxic, Scott, about Alan's team because he picks the leader of Toxic Attraction. Mandy Rose, the NXT Women's Champion, goes to Alan and Tam, the champions.
Now, just a note for the first time in draft history, their final pick must be a male.
I don't think that's for the first time in draft history.
Is it not?
No, I've done it before.
Yeah, it's happened before.
Also,
I'm sure.
My mistake. My mistake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
right.
Dave's. For all those playing the bingo card at home, that is Dave's botch of the night. So take a drink, please.
This is the WWE in 2000 now. Now, insert sponsor here presents the David Hockney botch of the night. That was the David Hockney botch of the night.
That was the David Hockney, the Shucky Ducky, quack, quack,
Daniel.
David Hockney's Hockey House.
It sponsors Quiz Showdown, but for tonight, it is also the sponsor of the David Hockney botch of the night. Back to the boys.
Your Hockney. Oh,
Wait a minute,
Daniel,
get that shit off the screen. Right, get that shit off the screen. We don't need it, right? Because I need Scott to sing for me. Scott, it's your time to sing. What song do you love to sing every draft night for Andy and your brother Ross?
Now, David, I should point out, I am not a performing monkey that you can get it, bring out whenever you want. However,
Sing, man, sing.
However, Rosa, Rosa, Rosa.
Amazing.
Rosa.
Amazing. Oh, wait a minute. Stephen has said, mate. Stephen said, mate, and then he just put in all caps for him and Jim. It's Dana! Stephen Wilson and Jim.
It's Dana!
Dana Brooke.
There you go. 2 picks right off the back there. Thunder Rosa gone to Andy and Ross. Jim and Stephen take Dana Brooke. That 24/7 champion is all over the shop. If they lose it and regain it, fair enough. We've got some exciting stuff there, but I guess it's me and Daniel once again. We've talked. We're happy with what we're doing next, and we're wondering, hey, why can't every other girl be like Alexa Bliss?
Oh, the goddess.
Okay.
Dave, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. I mean, she didn't appear at the Royal Rumble, and she's currently doing backstage segments. No sign of her to be competing as of yet, but I mean, could be regular weekly points nonetheless. I think. I don't know. That's quite a risky one.
You'd love that, but I would never say yes. So I'm just waiting for Billy Strachan and Stacey Smith to give me their pick. By the way, we do have a name for them. It is the Nightmares of the North. The Nightmares of the North. Yeah, it's a great name. Shit team.
Great name.
It's a great name. It's a great name. Not even a bad team. It's just the Nikki Bella.
They've got 2 opportunities. They've got 2 opportunities to get Brie in there.
Yeah, exactly. Don't give her any ideas. So we are just waiting. Billy has the 3 dots. The 3 moving dots are moving here. They've stopped moving. But we do have some music playing, and it is Damien Priest.
Damien Priest. Seems to be going into this program with Kevin Owens here, Dave. Is there a potential title switch on the way?
Certainly possible. I mean, Damien Priest's stock's kind of fallen in the last few weeks, getting all these DQs and not doing too impressive in the Royal Rumble. But, I mean, Kevin Owens certainly in a prime position to take the US title from him. I think that's a bit of a faux pas on their part. And for their last pick, Billy and Stacey must choose a woman.
First time in draft history for that.
Fuck off.
Well, for the first time in draft history, Chris is making that round 4 selection. There's some truth for you there. What's the pick, Scott?
So we could go either way right now for the final round because we decided we're going to get a woman for this round because some of the top ones have already been snapped up. So we want to get a female, and plus I've got an idea for a 5th round pick who is a male. So if you want to get that even split, and we decided to go for a pick who I thought was going to do big before. She wasn't quite ready yet, I don't think, in terms of the landscape of NXT 2.0. I think she is now. We're going with Scotland's own Kaylee Ray.
Great choice.
The Queen of Insanity.
The first title challenger to Mandy Rose at the takeover here. It could work out for you. We'll see what happens there. But Dave, it's you and Gary making moves again.
And I'm very pleased that Gary mentioned this person because we are sending for Hook.
Oh, no!
I love that pick. That is such a good pick. I love that so much.
Hook is great, and I don't believe that Dave Hockney came up with that. Scott, I think that's got a Gary pick all over it. I think for me, but I guess a great pick nonetheless. We do see he's on rampage near enough every week here, and he's not losing, which is more important either.
Yeah. He's somebody to keep an eye over the next couple of seasons of the draft. The more he appears, the more he starts to get wins. But I think 4th round is the highest right now we can expect from him. Because again, he's only had like 3 matches, so maybe a bit unproven in terms of how successful he will be.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Goat Tones, your 4th round pick, please.
You know, we do love Scrap Daddy. However, we would like the person who is on both shows and is in a feud potentially still. Sonia Deville comes to Team Go.
Very nice, very nice. Screwed Naomi in the Rumble. Screwed you out your 3-time win, Campbell, and now you're taking the one that screwed you into the clutches of the goal.
You can't beat them, you join them, baby. You know what I mean?
What's your thoughts, Dave, on that?
I mean, Sonia and Scrap Daddy, as Goat mentioned, both reliably consistent performers. But, Sonia's seen her getting back in the ring. Won't she do it as frequently? I think she'll be relegated to in this round, but hey ho.
I love it when we do. We're getting to that final stretch now. We do have the round 4 pick for the Sexy Express of Cal and JP, and the round 5 pick.
I just sort of waiting for that to come in here. And it's interesting. Gents, I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not lying when I say this. Me and Ryan Gallagher so far have got the draft team that we put down on paper. So I'm very pleased.
I thought you were.
You don't.
We and Ryan Gallagher got the draft team that we put down.
I think that would be said regardless. I think it would be said regardless.
Yeah.
And as never trust a goat. He's always being snivy with these sorts of things.
Oh, well. That's fair enough, Dave. Well, I'm going to give Callum Bennett a phone call to try and push me. I am phoning Callum Bennett live on here. I'm going to hang up on him, and now hopefully he'll give me his pick. So that is the strategy. That is the strategy that I have employed to try and get picks out of people at this point.
I tell you what, man, I love Hook. I love what a pick that is. What an absolute pick that is. Hook, great things. I do recall when Cody was the TNT champion when he did beat Sammy Guevara recently. David Campbell. They've not went and messaged you. Callum must be unavailable because JP's messaged me.
Wait a minute. Callum's mailed me. So we need to go with this one.
Got the same pick?
Yeah, so I imagine the same picks anyway.
Yeah,
Show them to the screen. Well,
the first pick they're going for, Darby Allin.
Okay.
Interesting. That's not the picks that I've got.
Because one of their picks was already picked. Maybe they've sent you. So Callum's went for Darby Allin.
Yes, that's correct.
And they went for Darby Allin and Volter, or as he's now known, Gunther, to get them out of the way.
Gunther, yeah.
Whilst we talk about this team, we should maybe just ask them to give us a captain. Campbell, we can just announce that, and then we're doing around 5 picks. Yep. But yeah, Darby Allin with Sting. We've got Volter just there, but I guess Gunther. We've got Column. I don't know how that's going to go, but yeah. Good picks, I think. Getting them kind of low down as well. I think they're very good picks. What's your thoughts, team?
Gunther, solid pick. Not good first round pick as I found out in previous seasons, but you deliver a hard hitting match and get you a hell of a cup of coffee. Don't fucking sandbag that joke, you bastards.
Do we have a captaincy choice from the boys yet in their team of
their captaincy is going on the man Becky Lynch.
There we go. So the Sexy Express team. RK Bro, Becky Lynch, Tony Schiavone, Cora Jade, Darby Allin, Gunther. That's the team locked in. Goat Tones, it's your time to shine.
Do you think we've done well? Yeah.
You've done it right, aye.
We really want to impress you. Just like Austin Theory on Raw, who wants to impress Vince McMahon, we take Austin Theory.
I love it. I tell you what, as Scott, you said earlier on, this could be the match of Shane McMahon vying for the affection of Vince McMahon. You know,
and I wish I kept that to my fucking self because I had him down as a potential first round pick.
But there we go. Campbell, you're the team of the GOAT tones. As Heyman Reigns, Charlotte Flair, AJ Styles, Big E, Sonya Deville, and Austin Theory. Certainly a team on paper of big hitters. But you only pick one as your captain.
Yeah. Can we come back at the end?
Absolutely. Why not? Why not?
Good.
I guess.
Sure.
I guess we had to give the other ones the captaincy straight away.
Fine.
I think we should do it now because
Fine. I'll do it if you want to cheat me. That's fine. Anti-GOAT tones happening already in the draft. I will go for Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair, that's fine. There.
Yeah,
captaincy locked in and
solid.
sorted. David Gary,
no-brainer.
Your 5th round pick.
Yes. And it has to be a woman. So, I mean, if you thought our last round pick was amazing, then our last pick will be amazing because our last pick is Naomi.
Oh,
there we go.
Currently feuding with the GOAT tones 4th round pick in Sonya.
Yes, I've good it seems to extended. We thought it was over, but apparently not. Scott is back in the limelight. We kind of know she's not going to be in title contention, but I guess with a thin women's division on SmackDown, Naomi kind of seems set to feature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because once you take out the big hitters, there aren't very many on the main roster right now that you think will have a good run up until May. But this feud's still going. You got to think Naomi has to come out ahead over Sonya for holding her down.
I love it. And Dave, you got your team of Usos, Drew McIntyre, Braun Breaker, Liv Morgan, Hook, and Naomi. Who's your captain?
Sorry, you cut out there.
So I saw it the screen jumped a little bit. Anyway, but yeah, so I've confided in my tag team partner, and we've decided that our team captain is going to be Braun Breaker.
There you go. And get a wee type of defense in there, maybe a wee change later on. I respect it. Scott, you and Chris, your 5th round pick.
Yes, you floated this idea to me before, and I thought, okay, let's hold on, see what happens. We can go either way. We went with a male. We can't go with Theory, but there's a pick who I'm shocked is still available in the 5th round because he's recently came back. We want Gia Moxley.
Nice.
I love it. Going into a feud with Bryan Danielson, it seems he'll probably win his matches up into a point of a match with Danielson. That'll probably go down at the pay-per-view. It's good. A very good pick. I think that will be for 5th round. It's you cannot argue with that. But you've got your captaincy choice to make here. Of Jurassic Express, Bianca Belair, Sammy Guevara, Kyle Hayes, Kaylee Ray, John Moxley.
Yes, as you see the team name, Amick Lopez with G's. I give Chris full credit for that one. I think you get one captaincy change in the season. I think maybe we'll consider switching it to Bianca when we get closer to Mania, depending if she gets that match with Becky. But for now, we're going to stick the captaincy on Sammy Guevara.
Interested in the hope that more TNT Open challenges come your way. I love it. Yep. We do have Billy and Stacey next, Campbell, to make their 5th round pick. What we got?
Do their 5th round pick and their captain. They will decide it here. The Nightmares of the North have decided to pick Nikki ASH as their final round pick.
Hey, we got Nikki's now.
Yeah, and their captain is Nikki, but no, it's Brock Lesnar.
I think out of their team that's maybe not who I put the captaincy on to begin with. I think there's maybe there's a clear stand there. You should have put the captaincy on, but who am I to say anything? I'm just a man that hosts a show on this podcast.
Exactly.
That's all I am.
Well, Big Jimbo, and Stevie.
Am I not going to make my 5th round pick? No. Oh, okay. I find that's fine.
No, you go.
Yeah, you'll get anything.
Right, well, me and Daniel, we've deliberated. We're kind of tossed and thrown between the two here, but I think we are going to go maybe a bit kind of bold here. I think we're going to go a bit kind of bold. Someone that's maybe been mistreated in WWE over the past wee while. I think that we are going to go for someone that says a conspiracy against them. I think we are going to take someone none other than Sami Zayn.
Yes, I love it. I love it, Scott.
Somebody who you think go. I think somebody you can identify with somebody who never shuts up and thinks everyone is against him.
He's a kindred spirit. He's a kindred spirit of mine. And we discussed Sami Zayn. You know, we feel he encapsulates a lot of the models of Team GOAT. You know, but Jack and Daniel, very well played, I have to say.
We've got our teams in place of Alpha Academy, Seth Rollins, Britt Baker, Adam Cole, Alexa Bliss, and Sami Zayn. And we are going to put our captaincy to begin with. We might change later on. We'll see what happens there. But we'll be going on to the Doctor, Britt Baker.
Nice. Stephen and Big Jimbo feel like they've got a steal. They feel they've got a steal with Bryan Danielson.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah. No need to be so solemn, guys.
No, essentially, I think me and Chris are also thinking about him, because it's surprised that either of them, now that they're going to be going into this feud that's been teased, it's surprised that either of them have been left to the final round.
And his captain is CM Punk.
Oh, there we go. We'll see what happens there. If CM Punk loses, will he be on Dynamite for a wee while? We don't know. I mean, time will tell, but we do have Andy and Ross next. They've not gave a team name yet.
Their team name is the B Sharps. The B Sharps. Their captain is Hangman Adam Page. And their fifth round pick is actually the man we were going to pick if Austin Theory wasn't available. They have said, "Here comes the money." Shane O'Mac goes to the B Sharps.
This was a pick that was discussed between myself and Daniel, but it's probably been discussed by many other teams as well. But Shane O'Mac, what a guy! But champion Big Boss to make the last selection of the draft.
Mm-hmm. I think Ross. Remember,
and it has to be a male.
Yeah, I think Ross,
records breaking here. That's right.
Yeah, record breaking. Pretty sure Ross has had Shane on his team before, and that was like 2019, where he was all over the TV. So let's see how this goes. I don't think it'll go as well as it did before.
And I have to report that apart from Randy Orton going in RK Bro, Andy and Ross have said that they got their ID on paper. Now believe them if you want to. But it is Alan and Big Boss Tam. Last pick and captain we do need from those guys, so we'll just wait to see. This has been an interesting draft. I can't wait to have a go and look at these teams to see who's going to come in second to the Goat Tones. It's going to be a very interesting season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it. I'm really looking forward to it. There's some great picks that's been made. There's some out-the-box picks. There's some usual picks. There's some picks we've not seen before. There's a lot of variety in this draft, and we will all be there on Saturday breaking it down. We'll be talking about the teams. We'll be doing a thing.
Oh yeah, all of us are there. I can't wait.
Yeah,
awesome.
Great.
Their captain for the champion Big Boss is Jade Cargill, the TBS champion. I think a smart decision from the boys over there as I try and just draw out what I'm saying by the time that Alan and Tam finally decide to, what's the word I'm looking for, make a pick in this fifth round. We will just need to see. By the way, if you would like to get fizzy, I have a jar of sweets here. If you can guess how many sweets are in this jar, I will strip live on air. I will take off the robe live on this broadcast. A lot of people, if that happened, would be saying there's an SOS, and I'd hear them shouting. It's Kofi Kingston. It's picked by Alan and Tam.
I was about to be going, when you're gone, how could I even find time to go on? You know what I mean?
I gotta say, well, first off, I'm loving the references we've been making this night. You know, it's worth drawing this thing out to an hour. But is this so big history making? We're taking the piss out of Dave for being raw, but like legit. Is this the first time Kofi's been picked as the singles guy?
It's been the first in a long time, I think.
No, it's not. No, I picked him in season 2.
That's what I'm asking.
Not a long time, yeah.
See, that predates SDL. That's that long ago.
Yeah, it does. That was before there was we were on the Patreon. You know what I mean? The time flies. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there we go. That's the draft. I guess I will. I will end a final message. I guess I have to talk about the Listeners League with everything going on. They will have until Monday to make their picks before Raw and submit their teams. And if you want to join the Listeners League, message any four of us, message the podcast, message Stephen Wilson. Get involved in a WhatsApp chat. We all talk about what's going on there. They're all great friends. They all want to meet together. They want to go and do different things. You know, so we can create a nice wee Q&A. So it is nice and lovely, but they are arseholes, and I don't really like interacting with them at the best of times.
Mox will lose to Brian to answer your question,
yes.
Michael.
I'd hope so. I mean, Mox is on my team, so I very much like him to beat Brian. But maybe I'm biased.
But there we go. That's it. I will be there on Saturday. Dave will be there on Saturday. David Campbell will be there on Saturday. Scott will be there on Saturday. We'll be analysing the teams. We'll break it all down. We'll talk about some picks that have been good and some picks that have been bad and some picks that have been unbelievable picks. We'll see you on Saturday. Goodbye, everyone. Hope you enjoyed your time.
Tones for the win.
See you Saturday.